Hello, pre-calc class. Today we're going to do a little bit of practice with trigonometry. You should finish the worksheet that we had in class today, but I just wanted to do some practice problems with you. Here's how it's going to go. So we see a problem that's posed. We want to find side C. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you take a crack at finding side C. I'm going to write pause on the screen, and that'll give you time to pause the video. I want you to try to do the problem, and then let's compare answers afterwards. So right now I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to write pause, and this will give you a chance to pause the video, and then when we come back, I'll show you the solution. So go ahead and pause it, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to try this. We're trying to find side C, and we are given angle A to be 35. So what you have to first do is examine the relationship between the given information and the side you're looking for. So you see that side, the side that's 3 units long is the opposite side. The side that is C is the hypotenuse. So that would lead you to use the trig ratio for the sine. Remember, you should always write down the acronym SOHCAHTOA, because that will tell you or help you at least know what ratio to use. Because opposite and hypotenuse are being used, we're going to use the sine ratio. Write down the sine of 35 degrees is equal to 3 divided by the hypotenuse, or you could instead put C. I said in class today, one of the things that we can do is we can switch diagonals, and you can just solve directly for C by doing 3 divided by the sine of 35. On your calculator, you would just type in 3 divide by 35 degrees, and you should get the answer. Using the calculator, you just do 3 divided by the cos of 35, and you get the missing side to be 3.66. Moving on to our next question. Question posed asks you to find for a triangle. It gives us angle B is 20 degrees, so just copy this down on your paper as I write it. The hypotenuse is 5. We'll label this to be A, this to be C. That's the right angle. And they would like us to find what's described as find side A. Side A because it's lowercase a, so I'll just mark that there. So I'm going to pause the video. So I'm going to write pause. I'd like you to find, in the time that I pause the video, what side A would be. So remember to use SOHCAHTOA to help you figure out that relationship. Please pause the video, solve the problem, and come back. Okay, so we're back, and we are going to examine 5 is the hypotenuse. The side A is opposite. So again, we're using the trig ratio, that would be sine. So the sine, because that uses opposite and hypotenuse, of 20 degrees is equal to A over 5. Now this is an easier one to solve because we just have to cross multiply. A would equal 5 times the sine of 20. On your calculator, you would do 5 times the sine of 20 degrees, and you would get 1.71. So moving on to the next type of problem. It's for solving for parts of a triangle. We have a triangle that's given to us, so copy this down. It's a right triangle. Again, I'm using A, B, and C as a lettering. So we have 5 for the hypotenuse. They give us 3 for one of the sides. And they'd like us to find angle B. And they note it as find capital B, which stands for the angle. So again, I'm going to write pause on the screen, and I'm going to give you a few seconds to figure out this trig ratio, or figure out what the angle would be, and then I'll come back with a solution. Okay, so we identify that side 3 and side 5 for angle B Side 3 is the adjacent side because not the hypotenuse and it's right next to B. And the 5 is the hypotenuse. So this tells us that the ratio to be used would be cosine. So cosine of angle B is equal to 3 over 5. And this is a real easy problem to solve because if you know the cosine of angle B is equal to 3 over 5, then you have to just use inverse trig of 3 over 5. And then you go to your calculator, you use inverse cos of 3 divided by 5, and the calculator tells you that angle B is equal to 53.13 degrees. Please round all angles to 2 decimal places. The last problem is one where they give us the same setup, another triangular setup. In this case, they give us this side is 6, this side is 4, and I'll just label triangle again. What the triangle in this problem was not labeled, but it's just a generic trig problem. So they would like us to find in this problem, let me just move the triangle down a bit so it doesn't confuse us. So they wanted us to find in this problem, find angle A. So I'm going to pause the video, and you should pause it as well, and try to find that angle A using those two sides and inverse trig. Okay, we're back, and if we look at this side and this side compared to angle A, this is opposite, this is adjacent. So it's going to use, so we're going to say the tangent of angle A, because remember SOHCAHTOA, you should always refer to that acronym. That will help you figure out what ratio is what. So tangent deals with the opposite and adjacent. So tangent of angle A, 4 is opposite A, 6 is adjacent. When you have a ratio and you're looking for the angle, you've got to transform from tangent of A equals 4 over 6 to A equals the inverse tangent of 4 over 6. And that would tell you that angle A is equal to, let's look at the calculator, inverse tan of 4 divided by 6. And you get the angle of 33.69 degrees. I hope this video has helped you. Tomorrow in class, we're going to do more problems like this where they give you pictures of triangles and expect you to find both angles and side lengths depending on what's given.